First thing on our agenda, review of the May minutes. No, consent. Does everyone have an opportunity to review these? Yes.
Larry, do you have the 20 seconds?
I don't, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to, not done yet. We have a compliant version, for right to know, but I haven't had a chance to listen. I had 20 minutes to go in the tape before we have one.
No problem. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Abstention?
So Shepherd and Alden.
Yes, please.
All right, thank you.
Okay, first up tonight, planning board case 1808, continuation of site plan review. Proposal for AutoServe to operate an automobile parts sales business at 67 East Main Street in the regional commercial district.
And just to remind everyone, this has already been accepted.
So what's been the application?
Sorry?
The application has been accepted?
Yes, right.
So we're going to our final site plan review, change of use. Any other questions?
I have a question. On the site plan, do you have an indication that it looks like the telephone pole will be the property line? The corner, or left
This one down here.
Yep. The, driving by, there seems to be at least 5 vehicles parked on the other side of that.
Okay.
Well, it's just an observation that, and it seems like, Darren, I don't know how this qualifies, but it seems like, it says there's 21 spaces here, but it seems like there's more than 21 cars parked in front of that.
Okay.
I don't know if they have to comply.
My thought is that for public parking, for customer parking, or employee parking that's intended to be used as parking for people coming and going, parking should be compliant, so the spaces should be compliant. And I guess, I don't know that we really have authority to tell people they have to park within the lines.
Well, the reason why I bring it up is last year I worked at another dealership, and it was being sold, and the city came in where it was located and said, you submitted a plan dated whatever date, and you have to put in all these parking spaces back, and you need to make sure that whatever, it says that it holds 100 cars, use that as an example. It needs to have 100 cars, not 150 cars, 200 cars that are actually in the line. So I'm just asking if somewhere down the line, there's something to happen, all of a sudden, it said, what we said, we approved 50 cars on here and they have 75.
Yeah.
I'm just using that as an example.
Okay, I will say, so I think for people coming and going, there should be compliant spots that are being used as intended. However, for vehicles that might be, sort of part of the business for sale or, being stored for some reason, any vehicles being stored or marketed shouldn't need to meet parking requirements. They should be able to jam them in just as tight as reasonably.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't have that problem. I'm saying the city came in and said, hey, this is what your site plan says, and this is what you need to revert the parking. I mean, they had to put spend a lot of money to restripe the lot. They had to, because they said, this new site plan says that you're gonna have stripes and you're gonna have this. And I'm just thinking future, if something, if,
Yeah.
ABC mega dealers comes in and buys you guys out, and all of a sudden, someone that like that on a future board or something like that, and all of a sudden there's a,
Yep.
well, no, because they made the current owner change it.
Right now, it's not striped right now anyways.
No, but I'm just thinking, what's gonna happen in the future.
Right now, our intention is just to use it as a storage lot. As it's been used for the past several months. At some point down the road, we may put sales in that building. And that's not near this individual use.
But that's what you said to me. I don't know the sales and prices.
Yeah, Dennis came in, that's what he said, what was going to happen.
But that's still.
It's still a long range. Remember, we got approved for last time. We don't have to go in and mark and start.
So. I visited lot for a decent. I'm gonna start with drainage. No, I have a question. On, sheet 1. This is sheet 2. It's sheet 1 of the same plan set. It shows that tractor storage display area on grass and tractors are behind the building. And it looks like that's on this property.
They do have some that they're looking on our property.
Is that going to continue?
Probably not. It's not our market, it's next to the Travis Station. And we're not there, we don't use the back of the building, so it's really not. But we're being good neighbors.
Well, my question is later on, I want to talk about lot coverage, because right now, I'm looking at this, where you want to park cars, our display area is pretty bad. You're going to receive 75% off. Drainage, so down on the eastern side of this lot, there are 2 culverts pipe. They do not connect to catch basins, they connect to rock. I don't know what to call them, swales. They're certainly not stormwater retention areas.
Yeah, it's a
Too
riprap
small.
area.
It's a riprap area for drainage. The straight pipe that goes under Blue Lane, that culvert is almost blocked by the stone. And what I'm getting at is neither of these are being maintained.
Oh, they just got cleaned.
Um,
They were cleaned last fall.
Because I just took a picture of the one that's on the property on the street, that's full of debris. Oh, you said last fall?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not just clean, because it went over the winter and must have plowed. You see garbage in it? That's right next to the culvert. I'm sorry, I didn't have time. That's right next to the culvert.
Okay, no riprap, okay, yeah.
But that riprap is full of dirt and sod and debris.
The pipes are clear though, I can tell you that, because those pipes were clogged and cleaned in last year.
Okay, so I'm going to do some kind of maintenance.
But we'll be taking care of that next month.
Now, the other problem is, they both said, for me, it's a problem. They sit on the downside of that pretty steep slope of that parking lot. So, the cars that are for sale sit there, not running, theoretically not leaking oil and other fluids. But those people that are looking to replace cars, very often have cars that are leaking fluids or not because of mechanical shape. So if they're driving in through there, that's all going to drain in the storm into those catch basins.
Through many parking lots.
Yeah, I mean, you can
Yeah.
go to Walmart.
Okay, but we're not
you can go
talking
to
about
any-
any parking lots, we're site planning this one. So, I
think
looked
we need
at
to take
this.
that into consideration, certainly.
I'd say the same thing.
Okay, can I please finish it? One going It doesn't seem practical to put any kind of oil water separators in there. It just, you have to dig up that culvert under the town road, et cetera, et cetera. So my thought is it possible to block that parking and display area off so that people who are driving in their cars, shopping, don't drive in that area?
You're talking to the right, yeah, that off Bitron.
Where you come in from Bittern into the lot.
Right.
So they could just park
That's
cars
too
there
slow.
and only have this.
So customers with their leaking cars would not be driving their cars in that area.
So they're gonna come in from this main street.
No.
That lot's been that way for as long as I've been here.
Right, but we're sitting here site planning it now.
Yeah, I understand.
And we have an opportunity to control it type of road. And here are pictures of Walmart parking lot, town line parking lot. And you can see the oil slicks in the public. Those culverts go directly to Rice House Pond.
They don't go exactly directly into the pond, they go to a pipe.
Well, they used to
There's
go
quite
to
a bit
this,
of-
they used to go to Rip Rap Swale, which is no longer there.
There's still quite a bit of land before you hits the pond.
Now they go into a ditch. and go into the pond. But in either way, you got oil coming from cars impacting. It's going to be, it's now town property. So I'm looking for a way to reduce that possibility.
By having them park somewhere else in the lot.
By not having cars that come off the street that create these problems and drive in that area.
But they're gonna be driving elsewhere.
They'll be up here,
But
which is a
everything
flatter
goes
area.
on to
which
the-
is-
It all goes down to that area anyway. And I hate to give up that opening with what's happening behind us. If they should get a traffic light at some point, that traffic light would be a benefit to our site, exiting onto Bittern Lane, going to the traffic light and changing the traffic. Versus coming out the original entrance, if you go there now, you know what it takes to get out of there, it's not easy.
You've been trying to, personally, I've been trying to come off the top end, it's the lane that's at the end of the queue. Well,
I don't think.
personally, and it's our charge, it's in our site plan that we need to be concerned about pollutants entering into the ecosystem. And I could see that as a direct avenue. That's definitely going into the land, which is definitely going to go into the pond. And I just thought, the least expensive and easiest way would be to eliminate traffic, so that parking lot area. Which would put me back to normal with separated catch basin.
And you'd have to do that with the back thing. Because his lot empties out in that same corner. It goes
He'll be
across.
coming in June. Right now, we're concerned with this lot.
I understand.
And I address this with every lot that comes in.
I just think it's, that whole lot drains in that particular area. When you stop over there, if something happens up here or it happens right in that entrance. I don't want to be parked cars, I don't have a problem with that. I want to close that entrance off to the traffic. Because it is a benefit to the site.
Sorry, I put the environment before I said it. Storm, where's your snow storage? Is there any really trickly
The
things?
red
snow storage?
areas.
So the one on the eastern side is very, very close to that riprap drain. But you move it.
Where would you suggest it? So no matter where I put snow, again, everything flows downhill, it's going to go back down to that corner. Whether I put it up here, over here, it's only going to flow down. It's the way of the lane.
And then the law says, good idea for this property. Is that what you're telling me?
I think whatever goes in there, whether it's auto sales or it's ag way or it's the farmer's market, it's not going to change. It's all, the plowing's still going to go in the same
Still
spot.
gonna have cars there.
We're
In
still in
today's
that
world,
hours.
we're supposed to be concerned with the environment. Our own site plan and subdivision tells us to be concerned with the environment. That's all I'm trying to do. Snow storage almost on top of a drain seems pretty ridiculous to me. So,
Probably 50 to 75 feet away.
that the trash area is pretty blurry.
How much influence is cleaning up the drainage on the lot behind it going to have on that drainage there? When we're able to address the lot behind it, is that going to alleviate some of the drainage on that one, make him lessen?
No, it's two separate drainage systems. You also have a little spring that's very close to the eastern boundary.
That spring goes right into that culvert.
Right.
Across the road. That's happens to be this spring.
Right. It's on a new property. So we'll have to address that.
Chairman Tilton?
Yes.
The plans have come in just recently from that other project, and there is a bioretention basin proposed in that spot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do we have a figure on what the lot coverage is with all of the car displays, building and parking?
For this, no, there's a note, obviously, that says minimum lot coverage 75%, which at least suggests that the engineer looked at it, but he didn't put what the lot coverage is here. Are they expanding the lot coverage?
It is being expanded from the previous use, that's for sure.
It is?
Oh, it's covered with cars. And you can see on this map, it's car display areas.
Oh, but they're not adding additional paving or impervious surface, right? Okay.
And that additional area to the left, going through that was the green ones.
Okay.
And there's probably no more cars than there were at the farmer's market. Because that lot was overflowing when there was a farmer's market. That's why we had that police detail there.
Yeah, and that's when I was out. But
And again,
it's like, and it wasn't.
It's a storage lot, it's not like it's gonna have 80 cars and active people going shopping. Right, you've got 80 cars on the lot, on sale for display, and in a given hour, you could have 5 or 6 cars on for sale. It's not like farmer's market, did that, we rated 80 cars an hour. That was crazy. Only the new cars, right now, it's just new car sales. And it could change the used car sales on the road. We're just using the storage lot.
But your site plan is for auto sales, office, parts, sales, and vehicle display.
Right.
That's what you're doing.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's sitting on top of the ground on the picture. So if we look at our parking regulation and our site plan, the only two that comply with this property doesn't take place, it requires 35 spaces per customer.
Our parking
Formula for parking
is 35 spaces for customers.
is 5 to 10, 5 square foot. And most of them are the same, whether it's commercial or retail.
And you have 28.
I counted 44.
Oh. But those aren't for, those are display cars. That's what I'm trying to distinguish. There's 21 spaces. Oh, that's right, they also car display.
That's why you look right now. There's one that says 5 spaces for office.
Yeah, that's here.
That's, yeah.
Okay, so
Says five.
It would just seem like
The side, so-
It seems ridiculous. But the other thing, okay, because you're looking at it per square foot of the building, but remember, this building's just not,
That's what I'm
no,
saying.
like, I mean, it's just one van accessible. Yeah, it's not usable space on this side.
This is the main.
I was just going by the second we got here in better
That's just one of them.
Crazy amount of this law. You're doing things like this. Crazy amount. Wait.
It's based on that.
Yeah, but would there be any reason we could waive it down to a small
Something
number
like this.
based on numbers?
Does it have to go through the ZBA? Are we authorized to change that, or does that have to go through ZBA for a variance?
That's a question.
I think we
Well,
can interpret.
you could, I think if, I mean, they're depicting, they submitted a plan that, you know, shows that they could provide 35 spots. So you could approve and require that, let's say you were gonna approve. You could simply say, you need to provide 35 spots and let them figure it out from there. Or if you're gonna say, because this plan says car display area on so many places, we view this that you're only proposing 5 spaces for use, and therefore you either need to revise your plan or go to the ZBA. Or I guess third would say you know, conditionally approve and ask that they submit a revised plan that shows 35 customer spaces. I think those are all options.
You see what we're saying, Robert?
We don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then prior to it.
It always says parking.
I mean, right now, it becomes a full-blown car dealership. Something that you're gonna have to live in those spaces. Or you're gonna be selling gas.
Does it have to say just car display area, why can't it just say parking?
Yeah, right. If it just said parking, exactly. Then you would show that you have, and then we'd be left to, you know, if parking becomes a problem, Al would go take a look and make sure you've got enough spaces available for the public.
Or you could conditionally approve it with a plan that just has that white head.
Yeah.
Just says parking.
The lighting is, mainly downtown, there's no spotlight on this.
Yeah, right by the lower one. The rest of it's all
Recessed.
recessed.
Is there any public comment on this? We'll close it to the public. Yeah, we're storm drain maintenance schedule.
It's a little bit of drainage.
This landscape. see any rain.
Normally it's like, just bring them home. No light, no light. They first went in, they talked light, and then they changed their mind.
Yes.
What was the consequence of catch basin?
Are you guys discussing potential conditions?
Yes.
And am I hearing catch basin?
Oh, that's
No.
what we're at with.
The
Okay.
riprap, drainage, everything.
All right, great.
Drainage swell.
Maintenance plan.
I would require those up there.
Oh, right, the word, yeah.
Put it over the cars that are not there.
No, he's talking about the parking in
Why
Castle.
don't I look in here, because look, the telephone on the other side of the telephone. It's cars parked, there are 5 cars parked on this side of the lot.
Catherine, your thought was, if he uses that, you want to throw what?
I think we need to do something to protect, the environment. It is underground water protection system. And I think something should be done with there. Minimum thing should be, outside traffic, side elements of sea. Or ultimately, want to separate a catch basin.
I don't think you can prevent cars from going there, because
Yeah.
they just come in off Main Street, they can still drive around.
I'm not doing that.
If someone just hops out of the car, they're still, unless they
That's
have.
true, they
Well, I
can
mean,
just park
quite
on
frankly, I
there.
think it's a horrible, this is what it used for that lot. But, I'm trying to be, not just no grandfathering, but making this,
Well,
before. I know that's true.
I don't think it's.
All the variants is
I mean, everything that's been there has the potential for a lot of parking. Or since I've been into it.
Actually, when the Agway was there, there wasn't this much vehicle traffic in that side building. Display area for, sensing, feeders and such.
I mean, we can talk all day about it's good for the environment, not, cars are much advanced, less than even.
Yes, it is, Tracy.
Today, February 6, 2018, I would say that's very advanced. I mean, a pump is a pump, but it doesn't matter what year it is, you got 2016 pumpers. So, probably
Might as well,
fuels.
maybe we should buy it. It's over the grass, you know,
That's being facetious.
I think any car.
I think the
any-
responsibility of the
use
planning board
is
is to our ordinances, and it's very specific. That we need to go to the environmental plan. When you have a piece of property that drains directly into Ice House Pond, then I think this is what we should do. That's just.
I'll make a motion to approve plan with the following conditions. To have a maintenance plan to keep the drainage pipes clean. And do we want that submitted to Miller?
It's not the drainage pipes, it's the riprap.
The riprap, okay, you're correct. To keep that clear.
Well, twice yearly to clean it out, or?
Spring and fall.
Spring and fall. And a revised plan removing car display area. I just had the spaces, that,
Yeah,
So it's parking
yeah,
spots.
this is
Yeah.
parking spots, not as car display, remove the labels.
Right out.
Right, just white out the labels. Okay,
So they're able to provide 35 spaces for customers.
yeah. And
Is there a second on the motion?
Second.
Further discussion?
So, we're gonna, so I wonder if we have an opportunity to correct something, because in the future, there, car sales, manure sales,
I know, you're not supposed to speculate.
but they've already
Saying
mentioned, saying car sales.
Yeah.
But it could be used cars, and now that used cars may leak more, and I'm just concerned that if we don't correct that, some type of casualties.
I'm agreeing with that.
That's what we're discussing.
Well,
that's what we're discussing now.
A motion
To include a catch basin and oil separator.
That's
We
the
make that third
conversation.
condition, if they wishes to.
Can I ask a
Yeah.
question?
Can be done.
Does Walmart have those separators? If they've not, what do catch basins? There's a difference between an oil water separator and a catch basin. Not a difference in cost, but a difference in maintenance. I know we have oil water separators in our lots now that separate the oil water from the building to the sewer system, not the drainage system on the lot. So you're gonna be some kind of catch basin, it should be a catch basin, not an oil water separator.
We don't
But-
make catch basin,
I
and
mean-
drainage well, you've got their
Right.
purposes is to capture coming off the lot, so we would catch basin.
Yeah, I mean, well, wouldn't it be more, I mean, to me, the putting a catch basin in there is maybe not, the best idea.
got no
I think if you're
value.
gonna drop a catch basin in there, putting an oil water separator into the catch, or like a snout type oil water separator is probably not that big of a deal. I'm more worried about, is a catch basin the right application for that spot? I mean, we've got, and then this is essentially, I mean, from a watershed standpoint, this is the same receiving point that MB is proposing a bioretention basin for. And I've told them at a recent Conservation Commission meeting, I don't know that the planning board is used to seeing bioretention basins used for petroleum, for treating petroleum contaminated runoff. So if you are going to follow through with proposing that, please come to the meeting prepared to explain to the planning board how a bioretention basin is going to provide satisfactory treatment for petroleum contaminated runoff, or petroleum product contaminated runoff. So that's kind of where that's headed.
Would it be
And this does not seem to jive with that if we require that they drop a catch basin in there. So
Would it be reasonable for the two properties to work together in that effort?
yeah,
So that
I mean,
that would serve both, properties?
yeah, and I think in some ways it's, I mean,
Because the entrance to that culvert also serves the MB property.
yeah. I mean, they certainly could work together. Another way of looking at it, and this is maybe, not 100% fair, but pretty darn close, would be to say, okay, the vast majority, I think everyone's agreed that the majority of water, or the majority of the drainage that comes to that point is from MB Tractor. MB Tractor's already, sort of by submission of their application, addressing it. I mean, maybe that's as far as.
So you're saying, Catherine, that they could put this bioretention basin further down onto AutoServe's
It would
property,
only
and then it
work-
would service both properties?
Right, it would only work if it was down at the entrance to the culvert. And that way it would serve the.
Right.
Right, yeah.
I have another question. So, just because we're discussing it. So sometimes you see like on a waterway, like a boom, an absorbent boom, or maybe something that they can put as a discharge point of that pipe, or before it goes into the pipe, so that goes boom across there to help absorb.
That's the town's property, so that we would be maintaining that boom for
Or-
a commercial property because,
No, put it in before it goes in. Put it
on their side.
On their side. You know what, like if you go, down 140, there's not where the Holiday Inn is, but further down, there's in the marshy area that's kind of out before Coca-Cola. On the left side, going towards Belmont, there's the one that goes underneath the road, and there was a car accident there at some point, and last I looked, there was a boom across the brook there to capture.
Yeah, those are usually temporary.
Yeah.
First one, I think the battery's on the right path. If they're going to be putting a bioretention in along there, why not put one in that serves both properties that are using the same culvert to discharge it?
So to make an amendment to ask them, to require them to reach an agreement with their neighbor to.
We could make a condition to this that simply states that they would need to present to us a plan to prevent oils and fluids flowing directly into the water.
Just leave it like that.
And they can choose to work with MB, or they can come in and tell us where they
Well,
want to
I
work.
think a lot of options have been thrown out. And I think that's the main goal, is to prevent those fluids from entering the environment, and in case the applicant the opportunity to investigate avenues that may not even be aware of, including partnering with the abutting property that's planning on putting something in.
revise, do we have to amend the motion?
Well, I thought we were listing the conditions.
We are,
We have not, we just have, we do have a motion on the table.
Yeah, it was
We
seconded,
can amend
right?
it. So I just amend it if the person put it forward.
I can withdraw my amendment.
Well, if you just want to revise it by adding another condition.
I'll revise the amendment to include an additional to the maintenance plan and the parking space label. What did you write down to?
Ah, sorry.
To come up with a plan to control or prevent
Control or prevent oil.
oil and motor vehicle fluids from entering directly into the culvert.
To prevent oil and, did you say motor vehicles?
Motor vehicle fluids.
Oh, fluids.
They can want to do this.
I
They want as long as it's not fluids.
Right.
Detrimental fluid, chemical fluid,
Contaminants.
contaminants. I think you have a lot of options. So, what do you feel about?
Well, what do you think of that?
We also had to put compliance with important commercial fire department and all that into the list of conditions. So it looks like. And that's it, and then-
Right. Nobody tell them or not, just like standards. They can do that.
Once snowstorm, once it's really this year, it was
What do you think of this?
I haven't seen Mark's plans.
I know, it's difficult. I like the flexibility, but
He doesn't have to do it, he can come up with another.
Yeah, true.
That was cost feasible.
Well, you could say, we're gonna approve it to those spot.
Okay.
Maybe everything else is the only spot.
Okay. But we're gonna address the concern with snow storage by addressing. Contaminants, okay.
Well, there's something that takes the drainage, that's what this is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Well, now we'll have to enforce them, so it does range in what policy anyway. We're going to site plan and say, we want to still continue to store subjects, then they have to enforce our ordinance.
So, are you waiting for another second, or, sorry?
I mean, I like it because it's flexible, but concerning that the plan won't be good enough or something in the future.
Well, we left it open to do as long as it takes care of it, so we're not gonna.
Right, I can show that. So I'll second that.
All right, any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining?
Yes.
You are right.
We have more than one. Take one in Dennis roll.
Address the Coulter case.
Yeah. Thank you.
Or I could just,
All right, let's see. Ms. Billicott. No, we're gonna hold you off just a second, because the gentleman right behind you is quick, so he doesn't have to wait.
oh, no, I'm
no,
sorry.
I'm sorry.
I was saying, just let people know that,
PB 1807. Now, we don't know if they're gonna be continued to the end of this month or.
I sent him, I think we need to do, July 10th. I sent him an email saying unless I hear from you, I'll continue to July 10th to make sure you have enough time, so.
Does that enter into 65-day territory? Does that enter into 65-day territory?
Well, he requested the continuation, so that's fine. What,
Get to dot our i's.
I guess you could say that I'm the one who chose to do July 10th instead of June 26th, and if that causes it to go out of 65 days, that could be a problem, but I think we're okay. I gave him the option of choosing one of the 2 dates, so. So do you want, did you guys make a motion to, or, I guess if you want, you could
What
do
was
that.
the final date?
July 10th.
July 10th is what I'm saying.
Motion to pay planning board case 1807, July 10th.
Second.
Any more discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstained? So be it. All right, now Ms. Delacasse, sorry about that, for the confusion.
Well, we're back again. I want to go over what has happened in the last 3 weeks since we met with the board. The past few weeks, we've been with the AOT. We were to see the final, or the last review from the town engineer, we actually got this sample, so that's kind of new for us too. The town attorney, Kevin, I have worked out the final things, the association documents. I asked Jack to come tonight, because last time we met, I think I tripped up a little bit on some of the association document, where it's quite a document, so I thought I'd bring Jack, he's the author. Yeah, and so just in case there were any questions or anything else that the board had issues on, we were addressed tonight. And then we were also able to get from the town attorney, again this afternoon, the draft of a development agreement, which the board should have. This agreement, it goes along with the conditions for providing a performance guarantee for the work. It's kind of a belt and suspenders kind of thing, where the performance guarantee is what you ask for, but what you're getting is a development agreement together by your attorney, which encompasses the performance guarantee language and his suggestions for that. So,
I understand you to say that you engaged the town's attorney for 2010.
no, I either misspoke or you misunderstood.
Yeah, the Attorney Radigan was involved in creating this.
I think misunderstanding.
Or maybe I did, that's.
No, that's okay. You straightened it out, I'm good.
Yeah, but regardless, he's worked on that, so that's where we're at tonight. And then, so if the board has any questions for us, or if there's anything you'd like to discuss further.
So,
Madam Chair,
yes,
I don't know about anybody else, but at 3:15 this afternoon, 3:17 this afternoon, I got an email with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 documents attached. And I have not had time to review these. I don't know about other people. Have you?
I mean, see the email.
And just so you know, and 2 more have come in since then, so.
Well, we got the review from the town engineer, we all got that this afternoon. And we got the development agreement from the town attorney this afternoon. I had also sent something, at the last meeting, you had brought up your concern that the inspection and maintenance manual should have the stuff from UNH on the invasive species attached to it. So I sent that over to Daria. I apologize, it was kind of last minute. The methods for disposing of non-invasive species. That was the only revision
What pages are those on? To answer Jane's question,
I was gonna say, where-
to look at it. Somebody did not read it, I didn't know if you glanced through it, did not read it. In your inspection and maintenance manual, you include a winter maintenance and salt minimization plan for highway infrastructure subdivision. Except what we've got is for the owners of 603 self-storage. A 7-acre parcel with approximately 5 acres of site will be developed into a state-of-the-art self-storage facility.
Show me everything. I looked at it today. Dory mentioned it today.
So,
That was,
we really should have one that's for development.
yeah, that'd be nice.
And then Doug can bring it on. I'm here.
No, this is a minute, this is an inspection. That was taken out of this inspection. This isn't the latest one. I took that out. I mean, it's a solid. So this is the latest one. Here's another one. No, Dory mentioned that, I went through it, had my wife go through it, we all looked at it this afternoon, we couldn't find it. It's because it was a section that was inadvertently included in that.
So this I haven't read.
Yeah.
I also received a declaration. There is still on page 11 that issue. Streets that are very low in the last meeting. Page 90. Talks about the private road and the ability of the residents and petition to have it turned into a town road.
What section? Please paginate differently than that.
Page 19, section 11, roadways within the subdivision.
See my page 9, please paginate when you print about the name, depends on what number of sections.
11.
Section 11,
Section
roadways within the subdivision.
Section 11. You can change it.
I think that's still extremist decision. In order for it to be a town road, there has to meet the standards in our subdivision regulations, which we waive.
Attorney McCormick, the discussion that day was how this is worded. If I bought in that subdivision and I came back as an owner and said, I want to make this a public road now, and the town said, not happening, they knew when they built it, it could never be public. You're putting in here in their declarations that, well, it's a possibility.
See, actually what happened was, I wasn't here at that meeting, so I can't really say. So all I know is, John Bradley had passed on the issue to me. That's what it's in my intention. Obviously, anybody who tries to have the town road taken over through laws, regulations, ordinances, you can't just say, it says here to do it. I mean, that was not my idea. So his request, they modified section 11, he blessed it, I sent a copy to Gary. So my last sentence says, such a petition shall be subject to all requirements of law, including town code ordinances and regulations governing same. At John's request, obviously, right? So I inserted that in my red version to eliminate that issue. Because frankly, I don't want buyers thinking they have that right.
But as someone that does a lot of litigious items, I'd be right back on you, Kevin. I'll tell you right now. If I bought one of these things and found out that the planning board said no way, and you put in here, yeah, you can do it, I'd be right back on you. That's on you,
Well,
Chad.
that's why I just kind of rely on the attorney.
I think it's misleading.
Legality of it.
Where we specifically waive the subdivision regulations for the roads, which means they don't qualify to be town roads.
Can't we just take that out? I'm not saying anything about it. So we're sorry, I understood.
Well, I think I should disclose something, even if it's private now. I mean, I think, again, I talked to your town council, suggested that language, I agreed, I inserted that. I wasn't here that night for the conversation, probably a good thing, because sometimes you're better off having a clean view doing this stuff. So I did it, and we improved the language. So your question is, your point is, you want these roads never to become public ways, is that what you're saying?
They cannot.
Well,
Is
a board of selectmen somewhere down the line
Yeah, that's
could
fine.
approve it, not knowing. I mean, board of selectmen are not, without knowing.
I didn't get it.
But for us, the planning board, who makes the decision to these approvals, for me, this is misleading.
Well, let me say something. I don't tend to look at anybody, ever. That's not my game. I'm a local guy, I just don't do that. And I don't, particularly my documents. I did not understand that a condition of this approval was that these roads can never become public roads. In my opinion, I entered this thinking any road can, and went through the right process. So John said that, and he wanted to make clear, anybody seeking to do that had to abide by the regulations, rules, and ordinances. That's what I did, that's why I did it. So if you're telling me that a condition of approval is the roads that never become public ways, that's news to me.
I would like to make a suggestion that we reconsider our approval and not rescind the variance of the road.
Because we gave him.
Because that would solve the problem.
Right. We were letting him put in roads that were narrower than what our.
Because the understanding is they were going to be private roads. That was our understanding. Private road was going to be a private road, and remain a private road. That was based our decision to allow them to use the road.
Let's talk about that. I wasn't here. What's your understanding of all that? Is that
I think it's a buyer beware kind of issue for that. You don't want the people that move in there, certain association people on the road, needing to turn around, they should have them in the road. So, the intent here that it happen, sometime in the near future. And, potentially someday, as you said, some board cycle in the future might say, for some reason, we want it to work out. Yeah, we want that to happen. And I think trying to avoid being nice to there to say, under no circumstances could happen. But on the other hand, I don't think we want to encourage, Kevin has no intention of encouraging buyers to say, oh, gee, I don't want to take this road. Or let's just go to the town. And they kind of road, and I think that's the issue. It's the buyer.
Can I ask a question? If the roads, I didn't realize that there was a narrow situation caused by them being private, now I can get that. But if somebody were to petition to have the road taken over with all legal requirements being met, they couldn't do it. Doesn't that solve itself?
As I said, boards of selectmen make mistakes.
I guess the other thing that I don't understand the legalities of it, but what happened if the zoning regulations were to change in the future that would allow for a more narrow road? And then it would be in compliance with current zoning. Would it then be able to be taken over?
Anybody can petition the selectmen to take over a road. You can do it. We just had it happen in Thornton. I work in Thornton, and it came through on the town warrant. They passed it, but the selectmen have the ultimate authority to say yes or no. The selectmen can make the developer do anything they need them to do to bring that road up to spec.
That's right.
Before they take it.
Right.
But if this road, if we're allowing it to go in more narrow than what our regulations require, is the developer going to be able to widen every road within your subdivision to meet our requirements? But do these people understand that? Does the buyer understand that it's not the town's responsibility to take it if it doesn't
There are
meet?
conditions, right, that you should be paved and they line them up. I understand all that. Again,
It has to
sorry.
have drainage, it has to have slopes, it has to have certain,
Fully understand that.
everything.
I just give you counsel suggestion. I'm sorry, I wasn't here.
But how do you convey that to your people mind, that it's ultimately, that it doesn't just happen because you ask the selectmen to take it over, it has to be to a certain standard?
Can I say something? I think the solution would be simply say that the roads are private, they don't comply with town regulations now. We just don't comply at all. Then say, they can still file if they want to, I guess. You can't keep, people have a right to file. You can't take it away. So tell them, it doesn't comply now, you don't comply with current zoning, private roads now, people can comply, but the requirements are wrong. Isn't that fair to say?
Also mentioned that waivers were granted, in this case, the commissioner approved by the county, just to further supplement the difference. There's reasons why.
I'm saying, at the moment, I feel like I was deceived when we were talking about that it was going to be a private road, and I'm really not worried about it being found, therefore we should narrow it.
Well, that was never my intention to deceive anybody, neither was it any of these guys. We're just discussing a paragraph that happened to be in kind of a boilerplate regulation I told Jack that it needed to be modified because we had this discussion at the last meeting. He got in touch with your council and made a revision that was acceptable to him, and now we're back here. So we're not trying to be procedural. I mean,
And we'll revise it again.
I want to get it right. In fact, you know what happens, buyers have, I don't want buyers in my face for these days.
Neither do
The
I.
fact is that it doesn't apply. People have a right to petition, but there are no laws and regulations. I mean, what more can we say?
State the facts about the roads as they are,
Yeah.
because how it's stated here, it is expressly understood, acknowledged and agreed. Obviously, none of us are understanding or acknowledging that, so. If you could just state the condition of the roads as they are, just factual.
Yeah,
Points about
that works.
No
Yeah,
problem.
I'm good with that.
And so if I did that, if I indicated that the waiver was granted in private nature that will perform, and say nothing more. Is that,
Yes.
I mean, I can't take away people's rights.
Right, we can't, yeah, we can't say that.
Specific to the orange community about why it doesn't qualify.
We can state what our law is regarding the road.
The road was reduced to
Yeah.
A waiver was granted to reduce the width of the road
Yeah.
Just say 12
as
feet.
part of the approval process.
And-
of the subdivision.
And some turning radius, like radii.
turning radius.
And turning radius.
Sure, thank you, Tony.
To answer Jane's question again, I went straight to them because I'm on the project last time.
Yeah.
I really haven't had time
I like to get it right.
to read through this.
I like to get it right.
Well, I brought that up because when we get this much information at the last minute, I'm not sure we've had a chance to review it.
Well, we said that last time, we got them at the last minute, so we had to, so again, we're getting them at the last minute.
I gave this declaration May 30th, I think. That's what I got that one.
That's not the only.
Oh, I meant to.
We all got our stuff.
I wonder if we could take the time to go through it,
It's appropriate.
just because, I'm kind of itching to go, and this season is so short for being able to get things done. I mean, could we take the time to do it tonight? Really explain it?
I have only 3 or 4 edits made with John. It's very substantial. All about disclosure, redefining, making it better. Not a whole lot.
Because what other documents have you received that have substantial changes that really need a thorough review? Because it's just a compliance hearing, right? I mean, we're just going over the conditions that were already approved, so it's just a matter of making sure we're in compliance with those conditions, isn't that right?
Well, we also have email or from Keach Nordstrom Associates. And I skimmed through it, and there seem to be conditions in here that, because this is dated June 12th, that were not added to the site plan. He has a list of them. He has 5, and he has 5 bullet points over there.
Could those conditions be administrative in nature as opposed to having to return?
Well, except, for me, just me, is there are some of these that he is indicating that he had made suggestions for these changes and they would have known.
Maybe that's a plan, would that be a situation where the plan incorporates those?
And that's what he had asked for. I always came through, but you probably remember reading in here where he was saying that he had asked for it previously. I don't know how long ago, after 2 ago, and it was not added. It's not like it's added, that's the first time, at least the second, third time it's asked for a change.
What are you saying now that it looks like someone's able to satisfactorily address the
here it says, we continue to recommend this conflict be resolved. It appears the inward out elevation at L78 on the tree report and the profile provided on sheet 24, 593.70 continues to conflict with the elevation reported on sheet 12. We continue to recommend this conflict be resolved. So he's pointing out an error that has to be this. Again. So like I said, I don't know. We continue to recommend sheet 9 be expanded to include notation. We continue to recommend providing project plans identify all locations in which underdated installation is planned. Continue to recommend that. So,
But would those still be administrative though? I mean, they do need to be done, but.
Just put your plan in that has them on there.
You know, I can't wait.
Why would you refuse to make those changes?
I just got that.
It's not a good time to be sarcastic.
No, I just got this today myself, so.
Yeah, it's,
And then there's the design.
I don't think I even have that.
I got mine for council at 4:40.
I grabbed that.
Council project.
Yes.
This is the top, we all have red lines, my declaration, every red line, get them easier. I like it.
Yeah, I had,
Oh, they're good, okay.
I-
It's easier. There's a bunch of changes, maybe 5, 6 changes. in my declaration. They're red. They're easier. I
I
like
get
it.
a different size.
and the email is read.
People are warm.
With red line.
Is this red? Easily address those if you want.
Are we going to try to get all of this stuff done?
I'd like to make a motion to continue planning board case 18-02 until June 26th. I believe is our next meeting. That will give us a chance to review all of this.
Finance. Yes. Are there any more documents that you need to take the Keach Nordstrom implemented here, get that to us as soon as possible? And is there anything, you're gonna change the language?
Back to that. Ask a
Get
question.
that back to us as soon as
I ask a
possible?
favor question. I'm going to change this, not to do one time, so there's not a whole lot in here by way of my edits. So it would be possible tonight, as long as before we adjourn, at least give me a roadmap as to what has to get changed and what not. It's not. This is just, it's only for my comments.
Should we?
So, when I-
In fact, the final version,
we have a motion and a second on the table. Discussion on that motion.
Well, I just think that probably everything we could correct in maybe 3 or 4 things, but that's not giving us time to really digest it and think about it.
I just
That's my
want,
only concern.
I just don't want you back for the next meeting and the same problem.
Exactly.
The problem.
Which we had last time, because we got things at the last minute. It's not the way, because if we do want to make major changes, that's going to delay it even further.
So could we act on this motion and then review this again?
It's up to the person that made the motion. The motion is to continue to June 26th.
It would seem to me that if you're going to make a motion to continue, that deliberation on that case should stop for the night. So if you want to keep talking, I would consider either withdrawing the motion, or, if you're gonna go forward with the motion, that we not talk the rest of the case anymore.
Well, I'm willing to do it later tonight. Come on.
So you want me to form a,
It's up to the motion.
well, I want to know what the planning board wants to do.
Could I ask a question? Sorry.
Yes.
I know that there's a motion on the table and then we have to address that, but what would you be withdrawing your motion for a particular stated purpose?
So we can further discuss this and get it resolved tonight.
Oh,
Just so that we can go
okay.
through this
Yeah.
declaration document, so that it only has to be corrected once.
Okay.
But, here's the other thing. We're assuming that nothing has to be corrected in the
Right. Well,
I think if we go.
I'm not gonna.
Okay, the motion stands. All those in favor of
Aye.
continuing this to June 26th, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Anyone abstaining? Continue up to June 26th.
There was mention that we received two additional documents today.
If you got all the handouts across the back, you got everything we have today. Yeah.
All right, planning board case 1808, subdivision lot line adjustment.
I took my,
Okay, the one up here is for revised one, so make sure you get the one that's.
0.02 acres, lot 31 to lot 30.
Country Meadows Manufactured Home Community LLC, inspection and maintenance.
All right, has everybody had an opportunity to look over the application? Take a peek. Yes. 0.02. Setback.
Little driveway, I think.
Oh. Make it appropriate.
With the,
Correct.
so make a motion that we accept the application of this stage.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? All right. Tell us about the project.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian Bailey. With me this evening is John Gagnon, one of the windows. We're here to effect a boundary line adjustment between two properties at the northern end of Grant Street. And the situation is basically that the existing property line shown on the map between lots number 31 and 32 as a dotted line right off the left-hand end of the garage on lot 32 is right through the driveway and it's in close proximity to the home. Obviously, that's not adequate and appropriate. Once they discovered that, it became apparent that the remedy would be to do the lot line adjustment and put the property line along the fence where they thought the property line was. So, unlike what you're probably most used to seeing, where Lot A and Lot B do an exchange between a little bit of A goes to B and a little bit of B goes to A, that's normal. This is a one-way lot line adjustment. That's really all that boils down to. And the Maynard property, lot number 31, which is at the very head of Granite Street, at present, has 26,942 square feet of area. And at present, Mr. Gagnon's property is 23,741 square feet. So the deal is that the exchange of some 863 square feet, which is a very small strip of land, it's about 10 foot wide and 70 feet long, causes the main property to be reduced, but still above the minimum lot size for this zone. There's no change in the frontage, so what we have here is an exchange where neither lot is made more non-conforming. And that's the test that we try to pass every time, so we avoid going to the zoning board of adjustment. And I think we've done that. And that's it in a nutshell.
And his driveway's on his land.
That's correct. That's correct.
And both property owners.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You'll find that there's 2 pages in the application. You know, it makes both applicants sign, and they're both identified. We took some liberties with your forms because they really didn't fit the situation to our satisfaction. So we just doubled up on everything, it seems like. So I think we're all set there.
I don't have one. You said we have another site plan review application.
There's 2 cover pages.
I have this one.
I've never read it.
Oh, I was looking, I thought you said there was something signed that goes property owners.
There is that.
But we have the other property owner here.
We do. We do?
How did you figure this out? How did this come to light? I'm just curious.
I have no answer. He had us come over and do a survey, and sure enough, once we dug into it, we discovered the errors,
There's other words.
not mine, the prior owners.
Yeah, a state trooper that sold me the house. Lied.
It's easy to be confused. This particular street, just to give you the very basic thumbnail sketch, was laid out by deeds over the many years. This thing goes back to the 20s and 30s, as I recall. I have the complete history here, but they weren't parceled out with the benefit of survey. They were parceled out with the benefit of coffee around the kitchen table late at night.
Big tree that's mowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that doesn't
And the
cost.
snow.
Take a left at John's house.
Go out and move the stone immediately.
Over there by the
Does the board have any questions? And I'll open it up for public comment.
I would just like to see the new survey layout.
Come on up.
Come on, man. Mr. Maynard, right?
Yes.
I bet they'll even give you a copy.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
I was just wondering because I didn't know if you went right straight.
Yeah, I thought you had that question. So I'm like, I think John thinks it's a straight line to the
Yeah.
fence. But it's not.
Yeah, when I
Right.
was mowed, I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to take a look.
Now you have less to mow.
No,
No,
actually,
no,
he
he
said
said
the same.
I
No,
spent
but
more
the
than
driveway
ever since the fence was put up.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's just to the fence.
The fence wasn't there when I moved in.
Oh, I didn't know,
Put in
okay,
after.
that's the fence right there, okay. That was the edge of the driveway.
And you didn't put the fence in.
No.
The prior owner on the property put the fence in, so the guilty are not here.
So for the record, we both approve of this,
Yes.
this lot line adjustment.
This is maybe.
I have just a generic question, just because
Absolutely.
we live in front of this property. When you were surveying, you said you had noticed the property lines between our, was it no man
That's right, it's still there.
Because that's not part of this discussion.
That is not part of the discussion, and I'll show you the plan. It's still identified as unknown.
Yeah, it's never was sold.
There is clarity.
Want everybody to,
There's clarity in some instances.
Good question.
Sold.
We, I think,
Here's that strip that's 30 feet wide, for all intents and purposes, 31, 32, 33. Their property comes down by a specific distance. Your property, as you know, comes up from the street. And we actually did go all the way down to the street to put this together, and there's a gap.
Is this a tree line?
That's not in this section.
You remember when I put the grade stakes in along this
Yes, I
line?
know about this.
So that's this line, and right upside your pavement. So the no man's land, and I think that row of big fruit trees
Yeah, those
is
are
closer to this line. Yeah.
So that's not
No, it's not changing, and it's a matter for somebody, when they feel well enough to do it, that's a quiet right away. Would be unknown what that takes.
you guys all said, we'll close it to the public. Okay, we have a motion to accept.
Make a motion to accept.
I think you need to approve the running
Yeah.
system.
Oh,
Make a motion to approve the planning board case 1808,
Yes.
lot line adjustment.
all those, any further discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed?
Thank you very much.
That's an easy one.
To my line.
Larry, do we have any correspondence this evening?
no, just the minutes from the Conservation Commission, which you were handed out. Yeah.
How long?
The easiest way to resolve that takes.
Oh, okay.
There were other people who were
Alright.
Aren't you just like,
Yeah.
oh, is that what they do?
Do we split it? That's not bad.
We're gonna do a lot line adjustment.
Maybe one day we'll do tomorrow.
We have a form on this side.
We're all set, guys.
What's that? Are we adjourned? Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't even hear it.